It is a beautiful day in South Florida. This is Ramon Franco with the R. Franco Group. In these difficult times of isolation, Mother Nature has shown us how resilient she is. How about a home project that can actually create life in a beautiful way? We're in the city of Miami Lakes with local artist and nature lover Claudia Pade, who will share with us how she created an environment for the preservation of the monarch butterflies in her own backyard. Hello, Claudia.
Hi Ramon, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So, Claudia, how did you start with this project?
Well, it started when this whole lockdown thing started. We thought it would be a great idea to start a vegetable garden. And so we started planting here in the backyard. And we soon realized we needed pollinators because we're not getting fruits and vegetables. And so we started researching on what attracted pollinators to our garden, butterflies and bees. And I came across the milkweed plant, which attracts monarch butterflies, which is the host plant for monarch butterflies. And so that's how I got into this whole monarch thing. By doing the research online, I'm a novice, so I've been learning as I go. A lot of great things on YouTube, and we found out that if you get a mesh nature habitat for the butterflies, they have a 95% chance more of surviving from being a caterpillar to growing into successful monarchs, because they have lizards and birds and other things that eat them when they're caterpillars. Rain, bad weather, so many things could go wrong. And even
So, how does the process go? Explain to us, how does it start?
So the monarch lays her eggs on the underneath side of the milkweed leaf, and the eggs hatch. You get little caterpillars. This is a baby one. He still ate pretty well, so he's not that baby anymore. But they go from this, and all they do is they eat from the milkweed plant. They get big. Once they start to get big, they get into this J shape hanging position, and that's when they're ready to cocoon, and they kind of like shed their skin, and they spin the silk around their bodies, and they form this beautiful chrysalis, which they also call a pupa. And then it spends 10 days like this. It spends about like a week eating before it gets into this stage, and then it spends another 10 days like this, and then it hatches into what we have in the habitat there. I take it inside the habitat to help it survive, and then it hatches. It gets dark at first, and then it gets clear, and they hatch, and they become these beautiful monarchs, which you have all in here. And we put some nectar plants to feed them, because they can't eat the milkweed once they are monarch butterfly. That's only when they're caterpillars.
That is a beautiful environment. How many butterflies do you think you have?
Well, we counted about 40 that hatched into, that are hatching into monarchs, that went into the cocoon. All of them except two hatched successfully. So we have a pretty good ratio, and I'm very happy because I know I'm helping. I don't know if you know this, but they're an endangered species because of habitat loss and because they're such a fragile animal. So we're helping the environment by doing that. We're helping preserve the monarch butterfly, so our children's children can see it, because the population is diminishing. So they're encouraging people to plant milkweed everywhere, because due to the habitat loss, they don't have the milkweed anymore, which they need for their migration. I don't know if you know this as well, but the monarch butterflies flies to Canada and back to Mexico, 3,000 miles over a continent with no navigation system. One of nature's most beautiful mysteries. We don't know how they do that. So in order to continue that and to preserve that, if you plant milkweed, then you give them a fueling station and a recharging station for them to come mate, drop eggs, so that the next generation can make it further up north or further down south, depending on which way they're traveling. Also very poetic to watch and to experience, especially during this time. It's a great reminder for us to see that sometimes we need to go inwards, and it's okay to isolate ourselves for a little bit, because then we can grow from that and emerge into beautiful butterflies.
And what's going to be your next inspiration after this?
Well, right now, I'm an artist. I do sequin textile art paintings. And right now I'm working on two monarch pieces. pieces. I've done a couple of butterfly pieces. I'm very inspired by nature. I've done orchids and stuff like that. So for the next month, as I'm growing these monarchs, real life monarchs, I'll be also creating monarch pieces with my artwork.
Great. So we're going to be following you to see what's the next project.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So we're going to release
Look at that.
the butterflies. The kids are going to release the butterflies. Some of them.
You can hold it and then you can feed it.
I
wanna
released
hold
one
it?
a long time ago.
Oh, he wants to come on our hands. He doesn't want to eat. It's a girl, actually. You know how you can tell? The girls don't have the 2 black dots on their bottom of their wings that the boys have.
Is their wings poisonous?
No, it's not poisonous.
you
Not
eat
unless you
them,
try
they
to eat
are.
them. They're poisonous for certain animals to protect them. Okay, all right. Let's. Oh, he's sneaking out.
But he wants to.
All right, you want to release this one? Let's release one.
Yeah, because he wants to.
Eileen, you're gonna help us release.
Ah,
There
You can do the next one.
he goes. Now release one.
There she is.
Uh-oh.
Ah, I did it! I did it! It's on a tree. It's on a tree.
Good
I
job.
thought something flutter by me.
And this month of June, to all the fathers out there, we want to wish you a very happy Father's Day. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy.